I mean, it's everything you said. We competed at a high level from the jump, and it's hard when you get a lead like that to try to find things to coach. And so there were a few things or a few timeouts tonight where I was like, just keep it going. The standard of basketball here is in a good place, but we can't be satisfied. And from ball movement to competing on defense to guys setting screens to get someone open to the bench talking, like all that stuff's really important, but it's early in the season. And there has to be an appreciation for how we play, but understanding there's a reason why. Like our guys bring it every day. And you're seeing some of that on the floor.
How do you think Booker looked in his first game back, and how did he look?
I just thought he had pop. I didn't think I wasn't going to see that, but I just saw Book. He was gliding up and down the floor, which is what he does. And he and Chris, both those guys in pick and roll tonight, were willing passers, getting off the ball, and we were getting second side actions off of those two in pick and roll. But he didn't look winded at all. He thought I was taking him out in the first quarter around the 5, and I was like, no, keep playing, because I didn't see. You can tell when you've played, when a guy is tired / winded / trying to find his second win. There's a look we all have, and he didn't have it, and so I just wanted him to keep playing.
It's not always the type to focus on the percentages and that deciding whether a player should or shouldn't take a shot. But Book is highest 3-point percentage of his career this season, and he made 4 of 8 again tonight.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you point to? I mean, he's a great shooter, but is there anything this season that you feel like he's doing differently, or the looks he's getting are different, or anything like that?
I mean, I think one thing that's helped all of us is having JaVale. We have 2 guys that dive, and you have to take those 2 guys into account. I think before we've had guys that didn't have that rim attack, rim presence for a lob, and it didn't pull in the second side. I think that's generated more threes for us. We're still not at the level of the top teams that shoot threes, but I think that's helped all of our guys. But with Book, it's just the amount of work. Those guys, anytime we come into the gym, could be a smell the gym type day. They're going to get up shots. And I think continuity helps. Playing with Chris 2 years in a row, guys know where to be. Outside of that, he's just a really good shooter. He's one of the best shooters I've ever been around. So that obviously helps.
Well, you talked a lot about how Devin gets the stuff in your system.
Yeah.
Tonight, we're just having him in the system really benefited everyone.
Yeah, I mean, there were times where he created his own off the dribble. He just made some tough shots. That's what he does. But I'd say 70, 80, if not more % of the time, it's just in flow out of what we do. All of our guys have shown that they want to, they're willing passers. And we have a we score mentality. That's just who we are. We score, we defend. And I think when you play that way, it creates a lot of opportunities to shoot the ball from range or attack the paint. I think guys are spacing a lot better than we did earlier, like the first couple of weeks of the season. We didn't have the conditioning to do what we're doing right now. And we have to understand that and appreciate it and keep it going.
With someone like Cam Johnson, you had said the hope is when Book is out, you kind of use it.
Yeah.
When he comes back, kind of have a boost.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see any from anybody tonight. Mikal, right out the gate tonight, was letting it go. He wasn't looking over his shoulder to see who was open. Cam, same thing. Jay, same thing. Like that's the confidence we have to have. And I think it helps Chris and Book when they have the ball in late game situations, ISO situations, when the secondary defenders off of those two have to pay attention to everybody else. I think that makes us a better team. I think he's okay.
In terms of the start of the game, what do you attribute that to? Was it just, guys were locked in right away, or the ball moving? What do you feel like?
Well, I think it was everything. The defense. We held them to 15 points. That's a catalyst for offensive opportunities where I don't have to call plays. Chris doesn't have to call plays, and we obviously scored 37. But I think anytime we get stops like that, and we're able to attack teams when they can't set their defense, our percentages go way up. That's just a fact. We were locked in. We took the morning off because it was a 6 o'clock game, and that's a weird time because you can go 9 o'clock shoot around, but then you throw off sleep patterns. But if you go 10 o'clock, then guys like their nap times. Everybody's got these routines, and I've done it, so I understand it.
Follow that up, I was just looking at this, mentioned out to the start, and did Devin start what you expected in terms of how he played, and what you saw tonight? Did you see him playing like that?
I did. I had an open mind. I wasn't thinking he was going to play poorly because he's a really good basketball player. I thought he was, his first few shots, he was just finding his rhythm. But I thought everything he did tonight was within our scheme and our system. And I was talking earlier about the pop in his, giddy up and down the floor. I see that normal Devin Booker glide when he runs. So, and when I had an opportunity to take him out, I think it was 5 something when we had a timeout. He thought he was coming out because we had talked about his minutes. I was like, no, stay, because you look like you're feeling pretty good. So I saw, obviously not the normal Book tonight. It's his first game back in a couple of weeks, but I saw a lot of signs that he'll be there a lot sooner rather than later.
Feel good, man. Playing basketball again. So, it's not easy sitting over on that sideline for, a substantial amount of time, but, we have a really good team, and, I learned some things and seen some things from the sideline that, I tried to implement today and I'm going to use moving forward.
In terms of just, when you got a rhythm going, how much was the hamstring even on your mind at all once the game actually?
No, it wasn't. That's what I wanted to make sure I got to before I got on the court, where, I wasn't worried about it at any point. And, tonight I felt healthy and I felt good.
Did you even think about it throughout the game at all?
No. I've had my trial, my runs, with the team, and on our off day playing 3-on-3 and 4-on-4, against some of the guys that are not in the rotation right now and some of the coaches. So, we have a real deep team, and whenever you can get those runs in with guys, it's not common in the NBA to be scrimmaging at this point in the season, but them guys came in on an off day and, they pushed me. So, gave me the confidence to get back out there. I just want to come in locked in, come in focused, and just make them pay. If they made any mistakes defensively, make sure the ball found the right person and just shoot it with confidence. And, Jay and Mikal coming out hitting 3 straight threes, that gives the rest of the team confidence and, just always defending at the level that we do.
You mentioned being able to, over the last few games, take a step back and look at some things and implement them tonight. Was there anything that kind of stood out over these last few games that you kind of picked up on and wanted to bring when you returned?
That we're a damn good team. That's what I picked up on. Not like I didn't know it before, but, the machine keeps moving. Even the games that we've had people out, somebody steps up and jumps right into that role. So, just Landry being out there and, me specifically watching him because we play the same position, just finding spots out there and where I can be aggressive and make plays for other people.
But when you said guys came in, was that Friday?
Yeah. Alfred, Sticks, Ish, and some of the coaches, Jay Jack, a few guys. So it was some good bump.
You've had a couple of those hamstring deals over the course of your career. What's like the number one check mark you've learned to look out for when you feel like, okay, I'm good to go?
Just make sure, you're extra good, something that can and linger on and, just checking all the boxes of being on the court, sprinting at full speed, getting some contact, changing directions, just like how you guys asked me, could I feel it or was I thinking about it at all? Getting to the point where you're not thinking about it.
Can't imagine much helps when you're sitting on the sideline not playing, but it's easier in a time like this when you know your team's got your back and we're gonna keep rolling, like you said.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We lean on each other and, I try to stay close as possible when I'm not playing from, the pregame film to before we run out to on the bench trying to communicate at a high level too. So, still try to be a part even though I don't put the jersey on.
Seems like Jared Jack is a key. He helped the campaign get back.
Mhm.
He helped you get back. What is he doing? What are you noticing that he's bringing in those sessions of workouts that's helping you guys get back?
I mean, if you check his resume, he's a hooper. So I'm sure he feels he should be out there and he'll show you that. So I've always had a high respect for Jay Jack and, weren't ever really that close with him being on the coaching staff, is developing that relationship. So, it's cool for, an ex-player, somebody that I actually had a chance to play against, be on there to the coaching staff and give you, eyes from a player's perspective.
You were able to go out there and close things down in that fourth quarter. What's the biggest area you felt him impacting things since he's been here?
I mean, it's hard to narrow it down to one. From his rim protection, even the shots that he doesn't block and people just miss, like they're tough, over that length. And, we haven't scrimmaged that much in practice, but the few times I get in that paint, he's in there, it's kind of hard to throw the lob and it's kind of hard to get a shot up. So, I think that's the most important to our team. And, everything he's doing on the offense end is extra for us. And, he's damn good at that too.
You mentioned how good the team is, just thinking what you're saying that we're undefeated when Ayton was out. One lost twice with you out. Most teams lose those two types, they're struggling. What is it about the team that's able to overcome those kind of absences and still guys on?
We have a really good system, thanks to Coach Monty and the coaching staff, but at the same time, we have a lot of talented players that know how to play the game and play for each other. So it's kind of rare to find, teams that play the right basketball every single night. And I've been on the other end of that and know that. So, I don't take it for granted the situation that we're in. And that's what Coach talked about after the game. Like, don't take it for granted that you're up on 30 on a team going into the fourth. That is not a common thing in this NBA. And that struck home for me because I've been on the other side of it and I understand, watching those teams like Golden State in my first few years, just well-oiled and the chemistry on a high level. It's fun to watch. And now I know it's fun to be a part of.
Wayne, baby. We here.
One name like Prince, Cher.
Huh? Dominating. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Both ends of the floor and anything I do. Devin look good. Fresh legs. He got that dunk close to the basket. You can tell he had some fresh legs on him. He's just regular book, trying to get back in his groove. Took some good shots, got hot in I think the third quarter. And some loud baskets. That's D Book, man. He gonna find his way. You know what I'm saying? He gonna find his way, but he looked good. Didn't talk about no fatigue or anything like that. And we played as a team. Defense was pretty good. Coach finally went through 1 through 5 today. I was on him about it. He trusted it. So yeah, it was fun. I was going 1 through 5 today, if y'all didn't know. I was doing that today. I was begging him to do it. As soon as I seen Plumlee got out, I said, come on, 1 through 5. Let's try it. Trust it. And he said, okay, let's do it.
That's fun.
Huh?
That's fun.
That's fun. Defense is fun, man. Competing is fun. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? You have a footer out there on the perimeter, 30 feet out. Let's do something.
What's it been like for you?
Oh, yeah. That's the best backup center I've ever had in my career. You can quote me on that. I am so serious. I just feel so comfortable coming out of the game, knowing that this man is about to rebound, be a presence on both ends of the floor, close out possessions for us, set the right screen and roll, just put pressure on the rim, open up for shooters. The same thing I'm doing, like I didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? It's never really a bad game for JaVale, man. He's just doing what he do best. You know what I'm saying? And it's working for us, man. It's working, even when he, do spectacular things.
Well, coach was saying how, like, Devin was saying that coach that you guys don't take for granted being up 30.
No. We don't play with the game. We never try to play with. I think last year we lost to a lot of teams under 500 or 500, and I think that was a weird stat line, beating a lot of teams that was above 500 and losing to the teams that were below, because we were playing with the game. We didn't really approach the game as serious as we thought, and guys came out to play. Well, this year is a bigger chip on our shoulders, and we know right from wrong. And we're not really letting up on nobody on the team to just settle for mediocre. And I mean, the starting five, we try to lead by example. We still putting our foot on the gas even when we out of gas. You know what I'm saying?
Deandre, something Monty mentioned is that with workout, guys could find the rhythm a little bit easier, and you guys could benefit from that when he comes back. Did you see that tonight? Just everyone kind of keep it.
Most def. It stayed the same. D-Book is a team player, man. He gonna find dudes open. He gonna still create. He gonna play our 0.5 offense and get somebody else open. And guys just got to be ready. Whether he's there or not. Book is expecting you to still shoot that same shot that you were shooting when he wasn't there. So just like everybody else in any position on the court or any situation. Most definitely, man. Like I said, on this team, you don't really know who's going to have the high hand tonight or drop 30. We don't really care about none of that. We just trying to do what Coach Monty asked us to do, man, the best way we can, and just play the right way and emphasize togetherness. We don't really do that one-man show. It's kind of impossible in the NBA.
Monty said that he hasn't noticed 1 ounce of selfishness from you this year as far as the contact. Did you make a contact
Man.
of just playing?
My back been against the wall a lot of times, brother. That's way out of my control. A lot of things been out of my control. Me, what I can't control is we step on this court and keep winning. We just came from the finals and we have a lot of games. A lot of dudes that want us, and they want us to show that going to the finals was a fluke. But no, it's bigger than that. We have a bigger picture than that. It's not just to prove the league wrong, but to us, show that we're the best team. So that's about it.
We have great backups. Our backups aren't backups, really. They're just starters that are in backup positions. I was obviously a starter. The last time I won the NBA championship, I was a starter the whole season. Sham, same way. He was a starter where he was. So it's just we're starters in backup positions. So we know our role of being the backup, but we also know how to bring that energy and play the right way. So yeah.
DeAndre also be different, and he was saying how this role, no drop off. Like he comes out, he comes in, he comes out, he comes in. What's that meaning that
Amazing. I feel like the real question is, how's it been for the opponent? You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't imagine they're like, okay, DeAndre's out, whew, and then I come right back in with even more energy after they've been battling with him all day on the boards and on the offensive boards and defensive boards and running the floor. But for me personally, it's more about that second group, my teammates, and the way they find me in the positions. I try to get to those positions. I think I had one point, one bucket off of offensive rebound. The rest was all assisted. So that's my teammates, man. They put me in the right positions, and I'm just trying to be aggressive and make sure I do the right things.
That rare to find that kind of buy-in is, you're saying backups on this team are capable of being starters. You've been in the league for a while to have a team with guys like that coming off the bench that are willing to do that.
The first day I got here, man, the first thing I told people is we a championship team.
So and I'm not saying I put that in their mind, but everybody 1 through 15 understands what our end goal is. No one's worried about I have to be this or this year or do that this year. There's no individual goals this year. It's a team goal to win an NBA championship. That's our only goal. So we're doing whatever it takes. We're sacrificing whatever it takes to win. And when you win, it's no complaining. Like, oh, I had a bad game, but we won by 30. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different world when you win it, and everybody, especially, and it's definitely different when everybody's buying in.
JaVale, I've noticed that by now you've got a handshake with just about everybody. Can you talk about the amount of pride you take, like teammates when you come over to the bench after that, just like pumping everyone up and having camaraderie?
It's camaraderie, man, and it's also it hypes me up. Also, me hyping everybody else up helps me get my mind right for the game. And it's just a great energy, a great vibe, and these young guys are ready to work. And I just feed off their energy, and it makes me even go harder.
When a leading scorer like Book misses time, have you seen in your experience that guys who maybe don't get as many shots when he's in can use that time to find their own rhythm, like you, Landry, and McGowan, and so on?
I don't think me in particular. I don't. Book being in here or gone doesn't really affect my shots. I'm more of a rebound and lob guy more, so that doesn't really affect me. But definitely the other players getting more shots up and getting to touch the ball, getting their feel for the game a little bit more is definitely necessary. And it's not great when you're starting, when you have a starter that's injured, but it's great for the bench to be able to get some touches, a little bit more minutes, a little bit more feel for the game, especially on a winning team where you don't practice as much, especially you don't scrimmage as much too. So it's definitely a good feeling for the guys that don't play as much.
You guys have 11. This was the start of 11 games in 21 days. You talked about. I enjoy the whole plan. What are you hoping to gain from this stretch? Because some might see this as a difficult stretch playing in the game.
You said, what am I hoping? What?
Hoping that comes out of this, obviously wins with the
More wins. So yeah.
But just, when you go through a stretch like this, teams tend to grow in areas maybe they.
Yeah, for sure. It's man, every game we're tinkering this, we're tinkering that. People were throwing different coverages at us. People were throwing zones at us, doubles at us. And we're just learning every game. Luckily, we're winning these games, so we get to learn as we win, and we're not in a position where we're learning as we're losing. It's definitely a wonderful thing, and we every time we win, we learn something new that we can do and get better at, and or something that's working, and we need to keep doing it.